the eyes on the markets, all the eyes of the markets are on Ben Bernanke. It is unbelievable. It is ridiculous, if you want to know the truth. But stock futures right now are edging up higher on the idea that Ben Bernanke is going to step in and trash the dollar some more. That would be quantitative easing. It looks like oil slightly higher on the hopes, or not on the hopes, but with the idea that he's going to come in and trash the dollar again, quantitative easing. Asia markets standing still, waiting, weaker today, but all waiting. The headline says it's all caution ahead of the speech by Ben Bernanke. Now, I guess they're assuming that he's not going to do quantitative easing and trash the dollar. Of course, that trashing the dollar hurts the Asian market, so maybe they are thinking he's going to do it. So, I mean, it goes on and on. The headlines are, it's insane to me that we're all waiting to see if the Fed's going to come in and say, we got to devalue the dollar some more because we got to buy more Treasury bills. So it's very, very interesting. We're going to watch that carefully because it's just interesting that continues to go on. All waiting for Ben Bernanke. I don't know when he is scheduled. I should know that. He is scheduled to speak. I'm sure it's this afternoon here on Eastern time. It's probably later. I don't know if it's before or after the markets are closed. But anyway, he is going to give his talk out there at Jackson Hole at the central bank meeting. We'll see. See what happens. We'll see what happens with the market. Will he do QE3 or not? Or QE4 in my book, will he do it? It looks like California is going to pass a bill that is going to allow immigrants to go to DMV and get a driver's license. Oh, wait a minute. Did I say immigrants? Illegal immigrants. So here's how I see it. Now, maybe I'm just a stickler for the law. But if you show up at DMV to get a driver's license and you are illegal, you get arrested, right? When you do something illegal, last time I checked, you got arrested, right? Isn't that how that works in America? Or it used to. So, but it's okay for illegals to go in and get a California driver's license, but you're here illegal. How does that make you eligible for a driver's license if you're here illegally? Because if you're here illegally, you have broken the law. And if you are going into the DMV in California and saying, hey, I broke the law, I want to get a driver's license, you should be saying, DMV should say, oh, thank you for letting us know you're illegal. Officer, can you arrest this guy, deport him, and get him out of here? He's illegal. Oh, my gosh. It's got nothing to do with anything. It just drives me nuts.
Hey, Dan, this is Jeremy in the control room.
Hey, Jeremy.
Hey, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
So if you get a driver's license, okay, so you got the little card with your driver's license number, how do you get insurance with no Social Security number?
Yeah, there you go. I don't know. Here, I totally missed that, Jeremy. You're right. How do you get insurance? You can't. And in the state of California, in every state, you can't drive without insurance, right? I guess I'm guessing, Jeremy, that you use your IRS identification number because illegals can come in and they get this identification number by the IRS, so they file a tax return and they can get money from the IRS at the end of the year. I guess that's what you use. I don't know. That's a good question. So one can only assume that they probably don't have insurance. Or if they have insurance, the insurance company has turned their back on the fact that you're illegal and shouldn't even be in this country when they write them insurance. Good question, Jeremy. I don't know. I mean, it drives me crazy. I was going to talk about some things that Rubio said yesterday, but, we got a couple bites here. Let me just hey, Jeremy, you got something there from Clint Eastwood. Let's play it.
3.5 years ago, when Mr. Obama won the election, And though I wasn't a big supporter, I was watching that night when he was having that thing, and they were talking about hope and change, and they were talking about yes, we can, and it was dark and it was outdoors and it was nice, and people were lighting candles, and they were saying, and I just thought, this is great. I mean, everybody's crying, Oprah was crying, and I was even crying. And then finally, I haven't cried that hard since I found out that there's 23 million unemployed people in this country.
Mm. Well, you got to love that. I mean, think about it. Think about what he just said. He hadn't cried that much since he found out there were 23 million people unemployed. And I will remind you, that's 23 million people. That is a lot more than what was unemployed or underemployed before this president took office. I know he's created 4,000 jobs, but I haven't seen them. So, interesting piece that got a huge ovation last night when he said that, stating the facts. Of course, Clint Eastwood, as you can imagine, is getting hammered in the Hollywood media today. But, of course, the speaker of the night was Mitt Romney, and I thought he did an outstanding job. I thought throughout this convention, we know more about the character and about the values of Mitt Romney than we did going in. We've seen a different Mitt Romney in a good way, and it's very. I think it was a great convention for that, and I think between that and the debates, when we are going to learn so much more about. I don't even know how they can have a debate. I don't know what the president's going to. I mean, usually in a debate, you pose a question or a comment, and one would defend it, right? What are you going to ask? What are you going to ask President Obama about the economy? What are you going to say? What's he going to defend? Here's Mitt Romney from last night.
You deserved it because during these years you worked harder than ever before. You deserved it because when it cost more to fill up your car, you cut out moving lights and put in longer hours. Or when you lost that job that paid $22.50 an hour with benefits, you took 2 jobs at $9 an hour. Now is the moment when we can stand up and say, I'm an American. I make my destiny. We deserve better. My children deserve better. My family deserves better. My country deserves better.
I just pray and hope that we stand up and think about those words that we deserve better today. We are going in the wrong direction. I loved yesterday what Rubio said last night when he said, look, the slogan for this president is forward. Look at the economic data. We have done anything but gone forward. We've been going backwards for the last 4 years. And I'm talking about economic data. I also liked what he said, that this is not about President Obama as a man, and it's about President Obama as a president. He's had a chance to prove that he'd be a good president. He has not done that. He has failed. And he needs to be replaced, in my opinion. Because we need to get this economy back on track. I am very enthused about some of the things that came out of the convention. I've been probably as enthused as I have in a long, long time. Meanwhile, all around the globe,